What is up, Twitch? What is up? How is it going? Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and all my friends from Patreon. It is another amazing show for you. Tonight is Twitch Live with Ray's Flaves. It's going to be an awesome show. Really quickly before we start, I want to our hearts and prayers are, of course, with the people of Florida and the Caribbean. Hurricane Ian has touched base there somewhere in between Naples and Sarasota, Florida. So if you are from Florida, please don't watch the show. Go watch the National Weather Report. Make sure you're keeping track of the National Weather Report. Make sure your guys are safe. Make sure you're in a safe place. Do not watch Ray's Flaves right now. Take care of you guys yourself. I just want to make sure that you guys are safe and to know that we are thinking of you as well. Today we have an amazing show. We have, first of all, I want to bring in my co-host, special guest co-host. She's a big fan of the show. She's been on the show before. You guys know her. Please welcome Miss Susie Q to the show. What's up, Susie? I think you're muted or something.
Oh, hey,
there
what's
you are.
up?
What's up, my
How
girl?
are you? I'm good. Trying to get the dog out.
Oh, yeah. What kind of dog is it?
We have 4 poodles, so that's all you hear. So I had to literally take them out.
1 poodle is a lot.
Yeah, well, we have 4.
Is too much.
Yeah.
And you have 4. That is extreme, my friend.
But I only own 1. I only own 1.
Crazy. Oh, only one of them's yours?
Yeah, the rest is like my mom's and the rest is my sister's. So yeah.
Crazy. Oh my gosh, that is insane. Let me just make sure I see we're live. Let me just make sure. My channel, there we are. Beautiful, I can see it. Fantastic. If you're just joining us today, we are Twitch Live Race Flaves Network. We are here with Susie Q. Susie Q is an awesome guest. In the past, she has come on here. She has won the chicken challenge. The very difficult challenge that we had this year was getting my wife to eat chicken. She hates chicken, and many people tried to get my wife to eat chicken. Mr. Fat Perps tried. I tried. A couple different people have tried. Susie Q came in the game with her husband and cracked the case. She did it. She won the hat, the Race Flaves podcast hat, and got my wife to eat chicken. And not only that, asked her for more. What is up, Ramon? Ramon's in the stream. Welcome to the stream. How's everything sound, my friend? Give it a thumbsy upsies if everything is sounding good and looking good, my friend. Before we bring in my guest, I want to talk a little bit more to Susie Q here. We were talking earlier. She's got some things going on. How's work been? How's work been, Susie Q?
Good. Just busy since now the pandemic is kind of rising. So I'm pretty busy. And like I was saying, I'm trying to, I guess, move up, do better in the culinary life. So that's what's up so far. I'm trying to, I put a few applications and I actually have I think I have an interview like in 2 days. Or Friday.
Really?
Friday.
Already?
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
Friday.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Really good sign.
Good. Yeah. Well, if you don't know, Susie Q does have a degree in culinary, and not just a typical culinary school, but an actual culinary school where you actually get a bachelor's degree, I believe, right?
Yes, your associate. So I have the culinary arts, of course, and then I have food and beverage and hospitality management.
Wow, That is awesome. That's why I brought her in today. She is an expert at all things culinary. So my guest that we're going to bring in, she's going to help me with my guest because we're just talking, man. It's been a long, crazy week. And then I said it's been a long, crazy week. And then Susie said, no, it's been a long, crazy month. Like it's been a crazy month, right?
Yes, I'm ready for October to exit. September to exit and, start new with October.
Yeah, September, it's been freaking hot. I've been feeling like I'm going to pass out for the last couple of weeks. If I pass out on the show, that's okay. We got our co-host right here just in case I pass out. I'm drinking my coffee.
Yeah, I have water. Drinking water.
My coffee has an eye on you, but it also blinks the other eye just in case.
That's so funny.
Just in case.
Is that your mug?
My wife's mug. She
I was about to
uses
say it's probably your
giant.
wife's mug.
I don't need a mug this big. I mean, when I drink coffee, I only drink it so I can drive to pick up the kids.
Uh-huh.
So it, if you could see in here, I don't think you could see, but it's like down to here. Most
Oh
people have it
wow.
like this. She has it like
Yeah.
completely lake coffee, giant, container of coffee. It only takes me a little bit. Like you guys will see, I'm gonna start. But once I get a little bit of this in me, it's
I
gonna be
had
like
two
drop.
yesterday. It was one of those days yesterday. So I had actually 2 cups of coffee.
Oh yeah, you gotta sleep in
Yeah.
between. Got to sleep in between those kid pickups, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Not
see
there
you guys
yet,
in the
but I will
background
be.
there. Join us on the stream. Click in the stream. Let us know who you are. Fantastic. Welcome to the Raceful Ladies Podcast Network. We're here if you're just joining us with Susie Q, my co-host, and we are about to bring in our special guest. Our special guest to get to know him. He is awesome. Let's go ahead and bring him in right now. You ready, Susie Q, for this guy?
I'm ready. Totally
Awesome.
ready.
Let's bring in my guests. Please help me welcome Mr. Corona to the show. What up, my friend?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going out there? How
Good,
we
good.
doing?
You sound professional, my friend.
I know I do, huh? I, but I look kind of weird with these headphones, don't I? I look like a little
No,
Martian.
No, you
I
look
usually
good.
you look like me, like I usually look. I was worried about you though because it sounded so horrible last time, like the
Yes,
echoing. Because by the way, it's not Mr. Corona's fault. This happens to all of us podcasters, all of us streamers. Our first time being on a show, you forget that you have to use headphones. Mr.
yeah,
Corona didn't have the headphones. Mr. Corona didn't have a microphone.
right,
So I try to even the playing field for you, bro. I didn't know how it was going to go tonight. I knew you.
right,
We had been talking back and forth. You had bought the new headphones. You had
right.
bought the microphone, but you never know. You never know. So I try to even the playing field for you. So tonight I'm not even in the studio. It's not even professional. I'm in
Oh,
my
really?
house. I got my iPod things on right here, going
Yeah,
straight to the computer. I'm
yeah.
using my FaceTime camera. This is not an HDMI to 1080p. This is just straight from the computer. So I try to even the playing field. You look wonderful, my friend.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me back on the show. It's been a couple of weeks, I believe, since we had
Yeah, we
our
missed you.
first one. Yeah,
We
I missed
missed
you
you.
too. Yeah, I
We
did.
we say hello to my co-host, by the way, Miss Susie Q.
Hi,
Hey.
Susie Q. How's it going?
Hi. Good. And you? How are you?
Doing good. Doing well.
That's good. It's
Yeah,
hot
Yeah.
she is an
outside.
expert at all things culinary, my friend. She has been in the culinary field for many years. So
Nice.
she's always gonna. If I say something dumb, she'll correct me on that.
No, I'm not like that. No. I know as much as, I know. I
Yeah.
won't say everything, but you learn something new every day. So,
That's
That's
why we're
good,
here.
man. Good, good.
Fantastic. So, Mr. Corona is for you that don't know, and most of you already know because that's why you're joining us on the stream. You know Mr. Corona. He's a rock star. He's such a rock star. They canceled one of his Instagram channels, and he still was able to put
oh,
create another channel, and in like 2 days got all his followers back. That's what
Right.
kind of
oh,
rock star this
nice.
man is.
Uh-huh.
When you go down to Corona and you're in that area, when you're driving around, the people recognize Mr. Corona. Mr. Corona is the official foodie of the Corona area. So when you say Mr. Corona, I don't
Ooh.
mean Mr. Corona the beer, the Mexican light yellow beer in the
Right.
glass bottle. What I mean is Mr. Corona from Corona, California, the foodie from that area. Is that correct,
Yes.
Mr. Corona?
That is correct. Actually, all Corona, actually just all of west side of the Inland Empire. I
Oh,
cover
okay.
off Corona, Norco, Eastville, and also I've been checking out places in the Ontario Ranch area, which is
Ooh,
which is literally like a new area. They call it. It's still considered Ontario, but it's like a new area that is just building up. I mean, they have some new places to eat at, and then it's just building up homes out here in this area. So yeah, so I
wow.
cover all that. Yeah,
So what's going on in the Ontario Ranch area? Brand
Ontario
new
Ranch. Yes,
building, like they're starting to build new homes out there. It's a new area.
new
Uh,
homes. They are connected with Eastville, so some of the places over there. There's actually a Costco shopping center that's actually part Ontario and part Eastville. So basically,
oh,
it's two counties actually. because you got San Bernardino County and you got Riverside County. So if I'm
Yeah.
on this side of the shopping center, I'm on the Riverside County Eastville side, and if I go a little bit more north on this side of the shopping center, or the mall, I guess you can say plaza, whatever they call it, the station. I'm in Ontario Ranch, which is Ontario, and I'm in San Bernardino County. Isn't that really weird?
That's pretty
Yeah, you
crazy.
actually don't live far from me. I was about to say it is split because Mira Loma is now Harupa.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're not that
Wow.
far from where I'm at. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And what kind of
That's
store
cool.
is it again, Mr. Corona?
so there's several places you
Costco,
can.
right?
There's a Costco. They have an In and Out over there. They're actually
Chick-fil-A.
building. It's built up, but they're just working on the inside of it. But there's going to be a new 99 Ranch store,
Ooh,
and
there's a good
I'm
store.
excited.
there's going to
for
be a
that.
food lab. There's also going to be a food lab in there. So I don't know what places are going to be,
Oh.
but when that place opens, I would tell you it's going to be nuts. I mean, there's
Yes.
going to be
They're all packed.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's already packed already with Costco. I mean, it's even
Yeah.
hard to get in and out of that place. with
Yeah,
just
because it's so
Costco being there.
small.
It's
Mhm.
small, and then you got the gas station there, and right next to the gas station you have In and Out, which everybody's trying to get to In and Out right after the gas station, or vice versa.
Ooh.
So it's like it's a total bottleneck right there. But once this place opens up, it's gonna be wow. That's all I can. It's
That's
gonna be crazy. Yeah.
It
That's
kind of reminds
crazy.
me. Have you been to the one here in Rancho Havens?
The marketplace, Haven.
Yes.
Yes, I have been there a couple of times. Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of be like that, right? For where
It's good. It's gonna be something similar to that,
Yeah. Oh,
because
that's
that place
cool.
that's actually a food hall. It's designed to be a food hall to where you got different types of places to eat at. You got
Yes.
what I like about that place is the outside, the patio area. It's so beautiful, really.
Yes.
There's and during the summertime, well, when it's hot, maybe it's the one around. They have like streamers, the come down the water.
Like
Mhm.
Twitch streamers?
Yeah, not streamers. What's it? Is that what it's called? Streamers? I don't know. Mist.
Yeah,
I think
They're
so.
like-
Water
Oh,
mist
a
things?
mister. A mister.
Yeah,
a
misters.
fan.
Yeah.
It's like a fan with a
Nice.
mister. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought
I
they
like
had
the
like
churros
multiple
when I
people trying
go.
to stream on the fountain. or something like that.
Oh no, there's multiple people come out with water guns and start shooting people.
That's awesome. They have water fights over there.
Water fights. Yeah.
Because they have that like in Chino, don't they have like a little like a little plaza, like a little shopping area where there's like
Yeah.
there's a bunch of restaurants and there's salons and there's there's a little center area where like bands play on a stage, and then there's like a little a water area where the kids like play, like run around all barefoot like crazy, run through the water and everything.
Oh,
Chino.
really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if
Chino? Okay.
the Chino. It's called the Chino.
Is it the shops at Chino?
The
Hills?
shops at Chino. That's it. Have
Okay.
you been there?
I've been there a couple of times, but just to go, I have a couple of friends that live in Chino Hills, so we go there.
Is it where they do all the classic cars, like on the weekend?
I think so. I think there is
Right?
events going on there too
Yeah.
during the weekends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
place is awesome. But that's crazy. So the Costco there, it's in two. If you're in the middle, if you're on one side of the Costco, you're in one city, and if you're on the other side of Costco, you're in another city.
Well, the Costco is in the Eastville side, but
Yeah.
then the way that the shopping, the whole center is
The
set up.
shopping
made.
center.
Yeah, it's the whole center. Costco is on the south side, so that's Eastville, and then you'll have the 99 Ranch. I believe the 99 Ranch is still considered Eastville, but that I could be wrong. That could be already Ontario already. But then you have at the very top of the north side of it, you'll have some restaurants there and places to eat at, and that's Ontario. That's Ontario side. So it's crazy.
I think you just figured out world peace, my friend, because you could do this in Korea. Like in North Korea, you could have Costco, and in
Yes.
South Korea, you could have 99 Ranch, and there could be total peace in the region.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
I think so.
I just think you just solved the whole Korea idea thing. That's amazing. See, Mr. Corona, I knew you could do it. It's all about food. It's all about bringing people together. That's what Mr. Corona does. You go everywhere. You go to restaurants in Norco. You go to restaurants in Corona, Ontario. You're branching out all over the place. You're good friends with the Food Hoodie as well, just like
Yes.
me. You're affiliated, of course, with all the foodies like me. But you like recently you were at what was that new restaurant where they had the nice glass they had the nice glass, that place where they like it was so popular, it was so busy the first night they ran out of food.
Oh wow. I
What
never heard
place
of
was?
that.
it, I think it
I
was
can't.
a Hawaiian place where they had the loco moco.
Oh yes,
Ooh,
yes. So
Loco Moco.
it's in Norco. It's called North Shore Plate
North
Lunch,
Shore.
and the owners there actually it's two guys and their families that own the place,
Okay.
Oh
and
wow,
they're from North Shore of
no
Hawaii.
way. So
So
Oh.
they
they
served the
brought.
North Shore, bro.
Oh yeah,
That's
So it's
crazy.
real
so good.
authentic food. I have to
It's
try it
so
out.
it's so good, and so last week they had their I was invited to their private gathering for family and friends, and there must have
Wow.
been at least about 50 to 100 people that were there because it was absolutely packed. And oh, did we lose somebody? Oh,
Uh-oh, we lost Susie
I
Q
think
for a
we lost
second.
Susie.
Susie
You want to
Q
wait?
is
Okay,
no, we can continue. She can still hear us. We'll get
okay.
her. I'll get her back. She's on the iPad. We'll get
Oh,
her
she
back.
is okay. Okay,
So you were
and
at. It was a lot of big. I mean, anytime you go, let's. Oh, there she is. We'll get her back. So
okay,
Sorry.
there.
anytime did
I
you
don't
Okay,
know why it
okay.
does that. I didn't touch anything.
Yeah.
are you plugged in? Are you plugged in?
Yeah, everything's charged, everything. I don't it did it already once, so this is like second time, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Just
we'll
make
be
sure
fine.
probably it has to be plugged in.
Yeah,
Probably needs like
it's
full power.
plugged. Everything's
It's plugged
plugged in.
Oh, sweet. Cool. That's
All
the
right, sorry about that.
streaming lifestyle.
in.
Um, so every time you have a big party, and especially if it's a Mexican party, and especially if it's Hawaiian people, it's always going to be a lot of people there, right? Is that what happened, Mr. Corona? There were so many people they ran out. They ran out of the
they
Pokemon.
So what happened was is that they told me to come at 4 o'clock, and the thing is about Hawaiians. They go by, we call it Hawaiian time. Basically, it's they never start on time. It never gets started on time. It's just that's how it is. Filipino too. I'm
Yeah,
Filipino
Gotcha.
too, so
same with
Filipino time.
Mexicans.
It just never. They tell you 4 o'clock, and the party doesn't start until like
Yeah,
7 o'clock. It's
and
like
it's
that's just how it
and it
is,
never fails.
and it never fails. So
Gotcha.
what happened was is that there were so many. I mean, people were coming. People actually came from Hawaii to be at
No
this thing.
way. So they
They
had to
just
be
flew.
Wow.
first.
Yeah. And so, like I said, because I was, saying hello to everybody and speaking to the people that were there, and then yeah, we just some people from San Diego came,
Dang.
L.A., as Vegas. I think Vegas people. I mean, it was just like
Holy moly.
they like their extended family also came too, not just
Holy
their
moly.
family, everybody. And so what happened was that I got there for it. We'll talk to everybody. Next thing you know, I'm like, man, I'm starving, man. I'm like, when is this food gonna be ready? And apparently, what happened was there was a little bit delay. They couldn't. They were trying to make get some stuff. They didn't realize how many people were gonna be showing up, so they had to make more
Wow.
food. Well, what happened was that I left, and when I came back, they already started serving the food, and everybody, it was all food. It was all. I didn't get any food.
Oh
So
no,
that's
you
what
should have.
happened,
You
and
should have left.
yeah, I was a little bit like, oh man, but what can I say? I couldn't. I tried. Wait, but
But
I was like,
that's kind of what happens though. If you're a famous food hoodie, you can't like stay in one spot. You've got other events that go on throughout the day. So Mr. Corona
right,
needs to be at multiple events. He can't
right,
just stay at one event. He's got a tight schedule. He leaves
right.
to go to another event, comes back, and then this event, the foods. I mean, let me ask you. I've only been doing this for how long? You been a foodie for, Mr. Corona?
Let's see. It's probably been about 4 or 5 years now.
Mm,
Wow. So you're more
that's
Yeah.
experienced than I am in this. So is
yeah.
this common? Something like that happens. This happens every once in a while.
I don't go to many like I don't get invited. I get invited to more of like the soft openings than I
Oh
do
yeah.
to private because I'm not really family and friends. I'm just somebody, I'm just, somebody in the outside came in and spoke with the owners, and they just invited me to this and said, okay, I'll just, come and check it out. So, but usually I get invited to the soft opening, because the soft opening, it's, even though it's not the grand opening, and they use the soft opening to work out the kinks. And I know how this, I know the whole process. You have to have a
Right.
soft opening before you open up a
Yeah.
place. You have to, because if you go
Yep.
already do the grand opening, well, guess what? People are going to start, their expectations are going to be higher, because they're getting, okay, they got everything worked out. Like,
Yep.
no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what's very important,
Yeah.
to do a rundown. That's what we call in the kitchen. Let's do a
Mhm.
Yeah.
rundown.
Yeah.
And that's when we invite family and friends. We pretty much treat it like if it's a grand opening, you
Right.
know? So
Mhm.
yeah, no.
Is that very
Makes sense.
common, Susie, in the restaurant industry? Is that kind of like the R&D
You know
process?
what? Yes, there was once. So when I was still in school, um, there were certain students being chosen, and I got chosen to open the grand opening at the Fox Theater in Riverside.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Remind you, very popular chefs, known chefs. I've never seen things that look so pretty, too pretty to eat, to be honest. But
nice.
it happened. I think it was the pistachio dessert. It was the main dessert, I guess, that this chef really wanted to serve, and he was out. And this is an event. This is
He
actually
wasn't
a
there. He
He
was
black
there.
wasn't
What do
and
you
there?
white.
mean? What do you
No,
mean?
he was there. It's just we ran out of food. We ran
Oh,
out of
so it does
food.
Oh.
happen.
And
Even the
that was
professional
like,
level.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Even the professionals. So it happens. I am a strong believer in, no matter how hard you try for everything to be perfect on grand opening, something's gonna happen. And what's best to do is just go with the flow. Because the minute you panic and freak out, that's it. Then you're gonna have other people freaking out. So it happened, and
Mm.
so what we did, I guess they did an alternative. They did a pistachio mousse.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
nice.
so
So it
yeah,
worked
so
out.
we just had so they had to work it out. I guess the executive chef decided what to do, run it down with the sous chef, and then there's us, helpers. And once they showed us the assembly line, how it was done, the next thing you know, we were on a go again, nonstop.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah, it does happen.
I love that. The efficiency. So you can
Yeah.
imagine this was a family
Yeah.
restaurant. There's very little efficiency. Probably their
Hmm.
first restaurant, right, Mr. Corona? Their
Mhm.
first
Hmm.
trial, their first trying it out, bringing
Right.
a lot of family, and it's a great idea. It's like sink or swim, right? It's like, let's put ourselves to the test, make sure
Right.
we can do this, especially inviting
Yep.
that many people. And if they can handle that many people, they can handle a daily occupancy restaurant that
Yep.
happens 7 days a week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's freaking
Yep.
awesome. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yep.
And so, Mr. Corona, what other restaurants have you been to? What are some of the, what I guess what is your favorite out there in the Ontario area?
Well, I can't really say I have a really favorite, because pretty much every place I go to is like a favorite.
Oh,
It's
Right.
nice, man.
good.
I can
It's
tell.
too
So
good.
I
it's
like
just,
that.
if there's one thing, so yeah, I consider myself as a foodie influencer, but I also consider myself as an overall influencer, meaning that it's not just the food. Your customer service has to be on
Yep.
top too. Okay.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yes,
there's some
I agree.
exceptions. I understand. But if the food can be, heck, the best in the world, whatever, you
Yep.
can make the best. But if you have crappy employees working there, then
Ooh.
and I've gone to a few
Attitude.
places.
Yep.
I'm not gonna name them, but I've gone to a few places in the past where people have said they have the best whatever. They have the best whatever. I get over there and no, hello, how's sir, how's it going? Welcome to none of that.
A
Just
Wow.
like
greeter. You have to
like
have a greeter.
okay, we're by myself. Just sit over there.
Yep.
Okay, you see what I'm
Wow.
saying? So
Yes.
yeah,
And that's
and
and you're
yeah,
giving them a little. I mean, if they should just see the face of Mr. Corona and they know what right away, get on point, but
right,
they're just not picking up, huh?
yeah, yeah. And
Unbelievable.
I have, and it's not just that, it's also owners, the owners, the
Yes.
management.
Oh
And
wow.
this is a true story. I will tell the story. Okay.
Do it.
I went to a place locally in Corona. Okay.
Hmm.
know the owner and this and that, right? And he hired on this manager, and he thought that he hired a really good manager till I showed up. Well, guess what? Things were happening. Guess what I did? Not only did I text him, I called him from the restaurant, and I said, "Listen up. This is the situation. You got a problem here, okay?" And he's like, "Oh, Mr. Corona, tell us what's going on. I'm sorry, I'm not there. I had to, this and that. Okay, I'll tell you what's going on." Late when I went back there, okay, you know what he told me? He said, "You know what? I taken care of the issue, and you're absolutely right." And let her go. Said, I'm trying to find a new manager.
What was the problem? What was she doing?
The problem? It had to do. It's been a while, but I know it had to do something with my food. I believe it was either my food or it had to do with some sort of service issue. And it wasn't to me, it wasn't taking care of it properly. And I look for little things like that. Now, here's the thing. That's me. I could tell you this. Other people, they use Yelp, and Yelp, bad. They will go on there and blast, and believe me, it's not a good. So, luckily for me, okay, I don't do that. I post, if I'm on social media, I post all the positive stuff, of course. But what I choose, if I have an issue, okay, and say if I know the owner, if I know the manager, if there's a way for me to contact the restaurant, and I say, "Hey, this is the issue, and you guys need to fix it." And some places do, some places don't.
Some places don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they would.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Susie?
Well, real quick, I'm so sorry. You're right. Okay. My husband hates going out to dinner with me, but I think it's a culinary thing. My husband's like, "I think you'll be a good critiquer." I was like, people would hate me if I critique. But the number one thing when I walk into a restaurant is my host. And the reason why the host is because that's how you know the atmosphere of the restaurant. And after the host, I'll go on to my server. My husband and I went to a restaurant. I'm not going to say where. And they sat us somewhere where I knew we weren't going to fit. And I had my son with me. And I told them, "May we please get a table where we could fit comfortably?" And also with my son, I actually need him to sit this direction. I'm not saying I know it all, but I know the policies of if there's a fire or water or whatever the situation is. She was so rude. And she said, "No, I think you'll fit there." Okay.
And by the way, tell everybody how old your son is. He's in a little baby like carrier, right?
Yeah, no, actually he could walk now. He's a toddler. I have
a
year and a half year old, and my husband and I were chunky. So when she gave me that attitude, I said, "Are you our server?" She goes, "Yes, I am." Okay. I looked at my husband, I was like, "Let's get up and let's go."
You just walked
out. I did. And my husband's like,
Wow.
"Why?" And I said, "Because I am not going to sit somewhere where I don't feel comfortable and I'm not feeling greeted correctly, nor I'm being seated where I'm at, because at the end of the day, we're the customers and 100%. We're the one paying them and so forth." And also with I went to Krispy Kreme. I have to put them on blast. I went to Krispy Kreme donut and I just got off.
Can't be hard. They only got one donut.
I'm telling you, Ray, they messed up that day.
You forgot the glaze, or what would you forget?
But here's the thing: it wasn't the donut.
Oh, damn!
What was
the donut? It was the coffee. I asked for a coffee latte, whatever they had. Yeah, so I asked for a coffee. I look. You know how you go to Starbucks, they have that little stick where you could do the latte type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So it wasn't clean, and I already saw it. I didn't say nothing.
What do you mean it wasn't cream? There was like oil from a car.
It was there was still foam on it from whatever they did last.
Oh.
And then the
Oh.
cup that she used, she poured it, and then she poured too much milk and then poured it back in the gallon.
Oh.
I didn't say anything. I
Wow.
was nice. I was
You can imagine
nice.
what you're getting.
I was nice. And then I looked at her and said, may you please go back and clean that for me? And she goes, what do you mean? I'm like, you didn't clean off the machine. And I'm looking at you. And she goes, oh, well, it's this. I was like, no. And then you poured it back. I was like, you know what? It's okay. I don't need the coffee. She goes, oh, but I already made it for you. And then I said, no, thank you. I'm not going to take the coffee. You may go ahead and keep your 3. And I walked out.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I thought I was being
Wow.
disrespected. And then the
Yeah.
point that it didn't matter if it was $3 or $4. It's the customer service.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I never write reviews, but that day I
Yeah.
wrote a
Oh.
You
review
wrote a review
Up on
Yelp.
Yelp?
Yes. Yep,
on
I
Yelp.
did. I really did. And you'll see it on there. And it's the one on close where I live.
Okay. All right.
Wow. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I do agree with you,
Allegedly, by
Mr.
the way,
Corona.
I don't want to get sued by Krispy Kreme. Allegedly, some type of situation went down in that area. But anyways,
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme, if you want to sponsor me, by the way, you can go and
Oh.
sponsor me for as little as $100 a month on the
Hey.
Patreon level. You can do that right
That's
there
so
at
funny.
patreon.com/raiseflaves. I don't discriminate, Mr. Krispy Kreme. We'd love to have you, Mr. and Mrs. Krispy Kreme, whoever it is. We'd love to have you with your sticky,
Yes,
icky
your donuts are
spoons
bomb.
and your one-time glaze
Donuts.
and your one donut and your special coffee that you're serving up there. This Krispy Kreme, fantastic. It's crazy
Yeah.
because it's interesting to see how Miss Susie Q kind of goes through and evaluates these restaurants. It's interesting to see how
Mhm.
she does it versus how me and Mr. Corona kind of do it. Foodies kind of have the
Yeah.
same thing. We have the same kind of system that we use. We
Mhm.
go for atmosphere. We go because
Yeah.
maybe we've seen it on Instagram. We've seen the big pics on Instagram. We've seen the reels on Instagram. We've heard the hype. We do our
Yes.
research. Mr. Corona does his research. He goes on Yelp. He looks at the stars. We look at the stars and we see, okay, is it 3 stars? Is it 5 stars? And then we go in there and we seek the truth because we want
Mhm.
to give it a
Right.
balanced
Yes.
review on this person, an honest review. That's my goal, at least. I'm sure that's the same for Mr. Corona, knowing Mr. Corona. I think the restaurants are lucky and blessed when somebody like me or Mr. Corona goes in there because we're going to
Mhm.
help you.
Yeah.
Whereas a regular customer doesn't have to help you. And you happen to have a customer like Susie Q, who is a expert in the culinary field, an expert in food and service. And she's going to go in, and I love the way she does it. She looks at the host first. She sees the atmosphere happening on site. She sees the way the service is handled or being handled. She sees the food. She sees the area. It's very detailed the way she goes through a restaurant. We do the same thing, but in a more a creative way, and more of like we're creators,
Mhm.
right, Mr. Corona?
Yes.
We're
Right.
creators. So it's crazy how it's crazy. This brings back the reason why I started Raise Flaves. The reason why I started is because a restaurant was rude to my wife. So
Oh, you
we
see?
Wow.
we went into a barbecue place and we just like I said, we heard the hype, we saw the pictures, I saw the brisket nachos, wanted to have them, went inside there, and they were cold as hell because the air conditioning was
Oh,
blowing all over the place. By the time you get your
no.
freaking finger to pick
Food
up the fry, it's
is
hard, like it's a
cold.
block of cheese because it's already solidified itself because it's
Yeah.
so cold in there. It's crazy. It's a whole
Yeah.
tropical
Yeah.
atmosphere they got going on. It's cold in there,
Wow.
number one. Number two, my wife just wanted a napkin, and she went over to the owner and because you couldn't see where the napkin was, and she asked the owner, and he's like this. It's over there by the bathroom.
Oh no.
And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
You messed with the wrong cowboy today, Mister.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to create a blog. I just wanted to write a
Yeah.
blog, do reviews, and be hidden in the web sphere somewhere. Nobody would see me, but you know, Ramon. He said you
Oh.
are not hiding. Susie knows Ramon. He said you are not hiding. You're creating an Instagram. You're creating a YouTube. You're creating a TikTok, and you're going to write true reviews. And that's what Corona
Yeah.
does. That's what I do today.
Yeah.
And it's good because it helps the restaurants and it really helps the customers. A lot of my friends, a lot of my cousins will be like, "Hey, what do you think about this place?" Before they even go in, they'll ask
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure they do that. Do they do that to you, Mr. Corona?
Oh, all the time, all the
Yeah,
time.
because you're an expert in
Absolutely,
that area.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, you know every restaurant in that city. You've probably eaten in almost every place. It. How long? I mean, you've been doing it for 4 years. You said.
4 or 5 years. I'll go on 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Probably almost 6 years. Probably even longer. I mean, I,
Wow.
I mean, it's been. I've been. I love food, so I've been a foodie guy for probably since I was a kid. I mean, even though I look like a
Wow.
kid, but
You got that glow, my friend. I don't know.
I got that glow, right?
It's that
Yeah,
Filipino glow. Are you
Yeah.
half Filipino or Hawaiian?
half Filipino. Yeah,
Half Filipino. Fantastic.
yeah.
Fantastic. You got the
Oh,
glow, my
you
friend.
probably make good sinigang soup.
Oh, so,
Ooh, what's going on soup? Describe this for me. I don't know what this is.
It's so good. I don't know how to describe it. It's like salty. Like it's like pork. Well, from what from our Filipino friends bring. It's like
uh-huh.
a stew kind of. Like well,
Oh,
her
it's a
stew
stew.
had okra. It had
Okra.
okra, potatoes, and I don't remember what kind of meat. Either it could be meat, she says, or chicken, but she did
Mm,
hers out of pork. She said
okay.
traditionally that's how you do it, pork.
Hmm.
And it's just sour and it's so good.
Wow.
I don't know.
Salty and
Good.
sour all in once.
Yeah,
All right.
So you get those
that's
two
how she did
flavonoids
it.
going there.
Yeah.
What do you know about that stew, Mr. Corona?
Well, I even though I'm half Filipino, I'm actually from Hawaii, so that's why
Nice.
that North Shore plate lunch is like up my alley because I grew up on Maui. I was born on
Mm.
Maui. My family's from Maui. Of course, I was probably like 3 or 4 years old when we moved to California, but
Wow.
Mm.
I grew up eating the Hawaiian food, more so Filipino food.
Yeah.
So, but Filipino food, I love the pancit, the adobo, and you
Oh,
know,
adobo's
the,
good.
all the good Filipino, food stuff. But
Whoa.
I love okay, I love all food. I really do. I mean, like any kind of food. You know what's funny? Okay, so uh, let's see. Probably it's been about 5. No, actually, it's been about 10. Probably longer than that. I was introduced I tried Indian food. Never tried Indian
Oof.
food my
That's not
entire
the
life.
Mm.
best.
Okay,
Oh my
So
god.
good.
Indian food, and I'm like, there's a place in Corona that it's an Indian restaurant, and
You know what it's
back
called?
it's called Mantras.
Mantra.
Mantras
Shout out to
Indian
Mantra.
cuisine.
Mantras.
Come on the show.
Yes,
Oh, I think okay,
You been
okay.
there, Susan?
Gotta look it up.
you been there, sis?
It sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar because I think
Okay,
there's also one out here.
Riverside. There's one in Riverside
Yes.
too.
Yeah, okay,
Yes,
so I have had it.
Whoa.
It's good.
it's
It's
good
so good.
stuff. So
Yes.
back then I was doing a lot of I was doing insurance. I had a business, and
Mhm.
I was introduced to like networking and being part of these networking groups, right? And this networking group in Corona at the time was meeting um at Mantras. Okay, not that they changed location, but they used to be at a different location before. But so I was thinking Indian food, like never tried it. This is gonna be fun. I mean, and so I tried it was like a buffet style. I tried
Oof.
it was like the chicken, chicken curry,
Oh, so
Oh,
good.
Indian style
chicken
chicken
tikka
curry,
masala.
masala, this and that. And
Yeah.
ever since then, I'm like, okay, it's not just Mantras. There's other places now. So it's like, hey, I have friends that love Indian food too. And they're like, hey, let's go eat. It's like, let's go. Come on.
Try the
Yeah.
Indian curry.
Back then, I was like, Indian food. But now it's
Yeah.
like, I love Indian food
It's
now.
good.
So it's good stuff.
Especially if you go everywhere, it's different.
Yeah.
Everyone makes everything different, but it tastes so good.
Yeah.
They're all
And then
different.
and then also Mediterranean food. Oh, I don't know
Oof.
if you
Oh,
guys tried
yes.
Like a
Mediterranean
good
food.
chicken, like a
That's
good, like,
yes, that's like my favorite right now. I've been
Oh
eating a
my
lot of Mediterranean food.
ooh.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
have you had kofta
Yeah.
from Mediterranean? Kofta? Kofta?
I don't think it probably have. I don't know the
It's hamburger meat on a skewer. They
Oh
cook it
yeah.
on a skewer,
Oh,
and they
Yes.
yes.
like kind of torpedo it, and they cook it
Yes.
like
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
on charcoal, and
Yes.
then you
Yeah.
eat it in a falafel, like whatever you eat it
Lava. Uh-huh.
in a
Yeah.
sandwich
Or on the side.
or on the
Yeah.
side.
On
Oh,
the
That's
it's
side.
basically
good.
Yeah.
hamburger meat.
That's
Yeah,
what it
tortilla.
is. Yeah.
It's
Yep.
the freaking best. And with they always use like sriracha, basically, right?
I don't
Like some sort.
think
They
it's
some sort of
kind
I
of
can't
chili
remember what
some
it's called.
on the
sauce.
side. On the side.
Yeah, but it's funny because that's what I ordered. I ordered Mediterranean food. That's
You
why
did?
I went rogue. Yeah, that's what when you didn't see me in the beginning, when the
You ordered
dogs were
that
going
today?
crazy. Yeah, I ordered DoorDash Mediterranean food, and I told my
Oh,
husband
yeah.
because I was
Send that
telling
over to me.
Ray, I was telling Ray that I told my husband I'm ordering takeout. I'm not cooking today. I'm ordering Mediterranean. He goes, okay. So that's what I went to go get at the door.
Susan, if I
crazy.
ask, what place did you go to? What place did you order from? Mediterranean
I
place.
on not like authentic. I actually ordered the one in Rancho Cucamonga, the
Okay.
penne Mediterranean, something like that.
Mediterranean. Okay.
Penne grill Mediterranean. It's pretty
Okay.
decent. It's pretty good. It's
You heard of that
Okay.
place, Mr. Corona?
decent. It's decent.
I have never heard of that place, but in Ontario Ranch in
Okay.
so
Tell me now. I'm
it's a
writing it
new it's a
down.
yeah, write it down. So
All right.
there's a on
Oh, here it is.
what is it, the Haven and Cantu Galliano. You know where Haven and Cantu Galliano kind of like
Yes,
this area?
Rancho.
Okay.
Mhm.
So there's a Stater Brothers shopping center, right? That was built in there, years when this whole place was being built, and
Okay.
it's a little food lab. It's called Rodeo X. There's a
Whoa.
Oh,
there's a brewery inside there, and there's like 4
X.
places to eat in there. Okay,
Okay.
one of the places, because we're talking Mediterranean, it's called Divine Mediterranean.
Ooh.
Divine.
Divine Mediterranean. This is one of they call it Express because it's a smaller to their restaurant. Their first restaurant actually is in I think Brea. So if you look up Divine Mediterranean, you'll see
Okay.
like Divine Mediterranean restaurants and Divine Mediterranean
Divine.
Express. So
Okay.
I
Brea.
actually
Oh.
was there for the grand opening years ago when they opened up the one in South Corona, the Divine Restaurant.
Oh,
So
okay.
Divine Restaurant it's uh it has more stuff than the Express. The Express has like more of like a fast, menu, like something
Mhm.
they can get real fast done and here, take it. But the restaurant is more so like a restaurant environment.
Okay.
So if you ever go to like the Brea or even South Corona, then you can go check them out. But I know the owners.
Okay.
It's family owned. Jamal is he's actually the son of the parents that actually started the whole
Started.
Divine Empire, we call it, right?
Whoa.
Mhm.
And
Divine Empire.
and they're opening up more express locations. They just opened up Chino.
Nice.
There's one in Chino Hills now. There's one
Okay.
here on Ontario Ranch. They have a in the North Corona side, the Corona north side of Corona. They have another express location, and I think they opened one in Long Beach too, like a couple of years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
So
They have a couple open.
they have, and they're gonna expand more.
They
I
need to
talk to
bring that to
Jamal every
Whittier.
so often, and I asked him,
Good.
"Are you gonna
Jamal,
expand?" He
Whittier.
goes, "We're going to San Diego. We're going all over the place. This is gonna be,
Yeah.
we're franchising out." So I said, "Wow, that's
That's
great."
exciting. That's really
So
exciting to hear when they start small and then they're just branching bigger and bigger.
yeah,
Hell
yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome. That's
So
awesome.
that's one place at the Rodeo X. Another place,
Okay.
it's called. Have you guys ever had Laotian barbecue?
No.
No.
It's
I'm not
No.
basically
serious.
Vietnamese food,
No.
right?
It's it's
Kind
like
of.
a Thai, Vietnamese. Laos is kind of like in that part of the whatever
Region.
region, right?
Caught
You got
that. Yeah.
Thailand
Mhm.
there,
Caught that.
yeah, Vietnam there.
So good.
But yeah, Laotian. So there's a place in there called Crazy, Kraz, Kai, Laotian barbecue,
You know
and
what? I think I've seen this.
they just had their grand opening this past Saturday. I was there this past Saturday. They had, a DJ there. They had a lot of people there. They were doing specials. But the owner, his name's Muskie. He actually started his first one in Corona. Okay,
Mm.
and I've been supporting him ever since. And then he opened up one in Stanton. Okay, at location there, and then moved his Corona location to Ontario Ranch. So he still has 2 locations, but he just moved the one from Corona to Ontario Ranch. So
Yeah, because it's
Wow.
actually more busier over there.
it is. It is.
Yeah, that's
And
smart. That's very
yeah.
smart.
What kind of food are we talking about here? What kind of are we talking about? Beefs? Are we talking about vegetables? What kind of food is it?
Laotian style barbecue. So it's like the ribs.
Ooh.
What is it? He makes his own. It's a family recipe, but it's a Laotian sausage. So it's a sausage, but it's got flavor. I mean, they make it in house.
Oh
So
damn! In-house sausage.
Okay.
in house sausage, and if
So
you
do
guys
they
look,
make this sausage from scratch, like with the?
yeah,
No way.
yeah, yep.
No way. The only time
Oh,
I
no
know
way.
people doing that is because we had to learn it in school. Like grind your own meats and put it in the
Mhm.
sleeve. No,
Right.
Hell
you're getting me
Yeah.
yeah!
excited because now I want to go and just be like, can I just see what you do? It's amazing how people do sausage because it's hard work. I remember
It
when
is.
it was that time of week learning how to make sausages. It's just different types of meats that you grind and spices and you
Mhm.
put it in the pig skin.
Right.
But you
Yeah.
know, it's hard because
It is.
sometimes it
Here,
rips and you just
I'll
got to
show you
start
guys
all
what it
over.
looks like. That's it right
Wow.
there.
There it
That is
is.
from
Oh, that looks
Crazy Kai
good.
or
Okay.
It's called Crazy K's.
Crazy
Oh,
Kai.
Crazy Kai.
And
Crazy
actually,
Kais.
that picture right there, guys, you see, it's Rodeo 39. That's the one in
Mhm.
Stanton. So he's in. That's okay. So Rodeo X and Rodeo 39. That's a corporation. That's like
Mhm.
that's a company together. So he's
Okay.
got that location in there in that Rodeo 39 in Stanton.
Oh, even has like
And it's
fried
it's a
rice.
big food hall. It's kind of similar to the Haven Marketplace,
Okay, I
but
gotta check that out.
yeah,
Oh my
it's off
god!
Beach Boulevard and the 22 freeway, right there in the corner, called Rodeo 39. But look at that, guys. Look at the.
I mean, holy
I
That looks
mean,
moly!
good.
it looks so
You,
good, huh? There's
I
the
yeah.
want this
And
sausage.
then
fried
how
rice
it's
right here.
plated too. It's so full.
Oh
Like
Yeah,
man!
look
you're
at that
getting.
plate.
Do you
Yeah.
know how much that plate right there would have cost you? Or
Oh, it's got to be $13.95, right? What is it?
Well, okay, so so if you get the barbecue mix plate, it comes like I
okay,
think it's 3 or 4 different, like one piece of you know
of meats.
of meats.
Mhm.
It's $18 for that one.
That looks
Wow!
about yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, look at
And
this.
plus, they're not just giving you. It looks like a good amount of food. Like I think I could share that.
Oh, they do.
Oh
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
man!
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
their sign: Lao
This is
beef
Cool.
the
jerky, beef short
yeah.
ribs, Lao sausage,
I
pork
love
ribs.
short ribs. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
short
Oh
ribs.
visit.
Yep.
man!
They have a papaya salad.
Yeah,
I like the chicken salad because
really.
he uses like it's like an Asian kind of dressing, but it's
Sauce.
Mm,
really good. Yeah, really good.
man,
The
this is
Okay.
papaya salad.
incredible.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're just drooling over here now.
This is like, oh my
I
god!
know. I haven't even ate dinner yet.
Ooh, I'm gonna stop sharing that
Oh,
because it's
really?
gonna.
I'm over here with 3 sticky notes already writing things down because
Oh my
Yeah.
we're like,
gosh!
we need to try new things. Like,
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, who would have thought
that's funny.
Laotian barbecue, man? That
Laotian
sounds
Yeah,
that's
it's
barbecue.
beautiful.
good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Oh
like
yeah.
Hawaiian barbecue on steroids,
That's basically what it
right?
is.
That's what it looks like. It's like
Yeah.
Hawaiian
Right.
barbecue, but they give you more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
crazy.
And
Damn.
because you get a choice, white rice. He makes a sticky rice. Got like a I don't know if you guys ever had sticky
Oh,
rice, but it's
Like
like
like sushi
rice
rice?
that's like a sticks
it's a
together, kind of like
sticky.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
sticky
Does
rice.
he does
Hmm.
does it is it just plain sticky rice or actually has flavor like of coconut? Because a
It's
lot of
placed.
people use coconut milk.
Mm.
I'm not sure. But I think it's just the plain sticky rice he
Oh, okay.
uses. Yeah.
It's
Eh,
best rice.
but he also has fried rice. And let me tell you something, okay? You
Is it
guys been
good?
to Chinese place, they have fried rice, Chinese fried rice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This fried rice,
it's
and
different.
I'm gonna tell you guys, okay? I have done this. I do this all the time. I go to Chinese places. And, oh, okay, I want my chow mein. But when they
Mhm.
ask me, "Do you want fried rice?" I guess no. You know what I do? I go to Crazy Kai and we'll get their fried rice. That's how good it is.
No,
No way. You put
really.
them
Yeah,
together. You bring both worlds together.
bring both worlds together. Yeah,
You are a peacemaker, my friend.
exactly.
You're saving the planet.
Same.
In
Bring your
Ontario,
combo
New
bowl.
York.
Bring
Give me
your
a couple.
combo bowl over. Like just add
Yeah,
rice right
yeah.
here. Don't worry about the rest.
Damn, that's crazy, man. You know what? Going back to Indian food, though, it's funny. Like you found Indian food at a networking event, right? Is that what you said?
Yep.
I found Indian food at a networking event too.
Wow.
What is up with that? Like, you know
Wow.
what it is? Indian people are freaking smart. Like a lot of my friends, they're either doctors or they're freaking real estate agents. Like all my Indian friends, they're either selling houses or doctors or something like that. And they showed me everything about Indian food, all the freaking samosa, everything. I love Indian food, so it's crazy. It becomes a business food, right?
Yeah.
It's like comfort. It's comfort food.
It's comfort food.
Yeah, and it's like the best. I wish I knew how to cook curry. That's one thing I won't do it. It's too much. It's like mole.
Yeah,
a bunch of spices. You know, my grandma till this day, she grinds her own spices.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, she's OG.
Yeah.
That's OG.
Yeah.
Curry's a
she's
challenge.
70 years old, and she's like, I'm making mole. I was like, okay, grandma.
That's probably the best mole in the world.
Yeah, it is.
It's all
it
like
really is.
homemade from scratch and like.
And what's funny though is like when we all get together, because she has 5 kids in total, including my mom. So 4 uncles and my mom. It's so funny because when we get together, I'm not lying to you, all my uncles come with their Tupperware. And all she like Christmas, yes. Like if it's like she usually does moles like for birthdays or whatever, but she does the moles Thanksgiving and Christmas. You'll see everybody going home with food. Because you know grandma's the one that does everything from scratch.
Wow.
So it's just crazy.
Well, I guess we'll be there during Christmas, right, Mr. Corona?
Absolutely. I'll bring in my Tupperware.
Tupperware. To go, please.
To go.
That's what one of my uncles tell me. To go, please. To go, Ma. To go.
Go get that mole for mole. So you can have it for the night, and you can have it for breakfast in the morning. Put it over your eggs.
Yeah,
black eggs.
So,
black eggs.
It's so good.
Oh man.
Dang, that's freaking awesome. Oh, that's crazy. That is all, man. What I need to ask you this then, Mr. Corona. What else have we been missing out there in the world? We missed Laotian barbecue. That's number one. What else is out there for us?
Yeah. So, man, I mean, I could go make this a 5-hour show if you wanted to.
Well, we got about 10 minutes. So
we got about 10 minutes. So I mean, yeah. But we'll be,
do you have like at least? Do you at least have like a top 5 from where, like in Corona, or just, you know what I mean? Do you have a top 5, or can you list me 5 places?
Can I list you 5? Oh man.
Yeah.
That's his face.
Yeah.
He doesn't even want to pick 5. You like them all.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make conversation.
I know.
He already said that.
So because we only have much time left, so let me.
A couple.
A couple. Okay. As much as I love restaurants, storefront restaurants, and I believe you guys, I try to support as many of them as even here locally where I'm from, right? Corona. There's so many out there, right? I really do, and I grew up eating this. I love going to events, festivals, places that have pop-ups. Okay.
Yes.
And so on Mondays in Eastville. It's called the Eastville Collective Market. It's from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Mondays, every Monday. Okay.
Oh, you need to go there, Susie. It's by you.
I know. I'm writing this down. What's the time?
And it's from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
I don't have the address on my head.
It's okay. I'm familiar from near Loma. That's where my grandma's from.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So it's on the corner of it's called New Day Christian Church off of Schleisman, kind of near Hamner. And it's next to the 99-cent store right there. So it's that parking
literally
lot.
Right there. We're having
right there, right.
Whole time.
So
okay.
I actually helped promote. The organizer, her name is Yvette. She's awesome. And I connected with her earlier this year when she started doing these events every Monday. And she got food vendors and arts and crafts, different types of vendors and this stuff. But me, I'm more so who's the food vendors gonna be this Monday? Come on, come on, Yvette, we got new this and that. So there's actually a vendor there. I think and Susie, you may want to go check these guys out.
Okay.
And they're on Instagram. They're called Tacos, TACOSLEL Pochito,
Oh my God. Are
POCHITO.
you sure? Because I am very
Tacos. L.
picky with tacos.
Okay, well,
Let's see. Okay.
it's not just tacos. They have tamales. Okay, to
Oh,
me, it's the best tamales. They
I'm gonna
have
have to bring you my grandma's tamales.
oh my gosh, they are. I mean, and they have it's a basic,
Really?
simple, basic menu. They have $2
Mhm.
tacos,
Okay.
street tacos, and but they have birria, which I like. And they have, you know.
Oh, here we
Oh, did
go.
you check
He's
them out?
pulling
Is
it
that
up.
them?
He's pulling
That's
them up.
them, dude. Tacos. El
Oh, there we
Pochito.
go. Check them out. Look
The
at
best
that.
authentic
Oh, look at
Mexican
that.
in the area. Look at followed by Mr. Corona Joel Sabas. Exactly. They've got the
I
go ahead
see.
for Mr. Corona. Look at the tamales.
Tamales.
Damn, wrapped with the little knots on the
Oh,
corner,
Mods. Yep.
like in the old days. Look
Yep.
at that meat. Oh man. Oh man. There's the
Yep.
taco.
oh, and they do
Damn.
their tortillas.
They do
Look
their
at
tortillas.
Homemade
that.
tortillas.
Yep.
Damn. Look at this. Making that
Was that
those
the asada?
that's straight steak asada, huh? That's straight
Yeah.
flank steak, huh?
Oh,
Right.
they got that thick steak.
Yeah, that
They
looks
got
like
the stick
flank.
steak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right,
Damn.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it
Charcoaling
out.
it up.
Yeah.
There
So
you go. Mr.
so
Corona is in the
last
know.
this past Monday, it was I forget her name, but she's one of the family member there. It was her birthday that day. You know what the
Ooh.
family did? They
Made
got a
tacos?
mariachi band to
Oh
come out.
Oh,
man, that's awesome.
And you know,
nice.
okay, I'm gonna tell you this, okay, because I even spoke to Yvette about this. Look, we need some entertainment here. Okay, yeah, we got somebody, one of the vendors there has a speaker and plays music, this and that, right? Okay, that's fine, but when that mariachi band was there, okay, and it was visible from Schleichman Avenue, so people were actually slowing their cars down and looking,
Mm,
stopping, turning around, and going to the taco place
And
and
coming to the
filming the
party.
mariachi band.
nice.
I'm like, I
Dang,
told
that's
Yvette,
good.
you see what live music would do? People will
Brings more
stop.
people. Yeah, brings
And
more
so it's like,
customers.
okay, so they brought them. So that was on them. That wasn't Yvette bringing them. But they got their own mariachi band and said, hey, come play for a couple of hours by our pop up, and they got a lot of people show up too because
That's
Yeah, that's
good.
crazy. It became a party.
yeah. But
That's special, man.
those are types of things I like. You got those guys there. What else here? You got a bunch of food, other different types of food vendors there as well.
Mhm.
They kind of come and go. Not all of them can be there every Monday. But the what's the Fresca drink? We have one vendor that comes with the
With
those
the
drinks.
aguas frescas. Aguas
Yeah,
frescas.
there you go. I think
Oh,
she
Those are
makes
bomb.
like 4
cucumber.
different flavors, and that's all she's serving is
Really?
Fresca drinks. Yeah.
We have.
There you go.
It's funny because how you're describing this taco place is so we have our own taco guy that or
Okay.
our favorite taco guy we like going. He has it's a hole in the wall, and he actually goes in the corner like every other taco place. And let me tell you, my dad makes, I think, the bestest pastor tacos ever. And I'm not saying because it's my dad,
damn.
because he learned from another cook that had a restaurant and just
Right.
passed it over. But I think he is second hands on pastor and asada. So
Second to
when
your
we
dad.
go,
That's pretty
when
good.
we go, he actually makes agua frescas. And I don't know what he done, but he has a mazapan, and then he has a nuez, like a hazelnut one, and then the strawberry. There's just so many, and they always
wow.
change. And he is
That's a
never
Mexican candy,
wrong.
right?
Yeah, like the mazapan is the
Yeah.
peanut butter,
The
those
peanut
round
butter.
ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, you guys, but it's so good.
I was trying to help Mr.
You-
Corona, but I realized Mr. Corona knows already.
Oh.
Mr. Corona's been in the game for so long. He
Yeah, so
He's
He's
like,
like,
"Wait, I know what
should know
mazapán is."
already. He should know everything
doesn't need
already.
my help.
Yeah, but he does pretty good stuff. But I'm gonna try these taco places because my family and I we love tacos.
Okay.
So
And then
Yeah, that looks like some legit
Yeah.
steak.
next to those guys, and they were so that taco that was their third week coming. So next
Mhm.
week will be the fourth week. They're gonna come every Monday. They said, "Look, we found our spot. I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
found
good.
our where we are going to be because they just live literally up the street from where the market is. So what they did
Yeah.
was they have their social media, but they told the entire neighborhood, "Hey, do you guys know
Yep.
there's an Eastmont?" And some of them told them, "Oh, we this doesn't really get it marketed out. Like, where's this at? Like, it's right here at the church on Mondays. You guys." So they've been telling,
Yeah.
and people are coming out like like walking because they don't have to
Mhm.
drive. They're just coming from the
'Cause
neighborhood right there, just
yeah,
walking.
'cause they're in the middle.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So,
Is
but
there
then
is there
next, yeah, but then next to them, sorry to interrupt,
no,
but next to them is a lady that does elote, but makes it in a cup.
ooh, it's
But and
cold.
she gets the
Esquipe.
corn. Yeah,
It's not cute.
she has these big pots, right? She brings to the market and she's boiling the corn in there, the
The
corn in the
corn.
cob. So
Oh
when you
damn.
get when you order a cup, she gets the corn out and then she
And
starts
she cuts
stripping the
it,
corn.
slicing it.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, that's
Damn.
good
whatever
stuff.
you want in it, mayonnaise, elote, mayonnaise and whatever, butter, you know.
Yeah.
Damn. Putting all that stuff, putting
I
all that
know,
stuff
man.
on the mayonnaise, the butter, the
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
freaking
and
tarin.
the
What do they put
Oh,
tarin?
yeah,
cheese.
the chili sauce,
No,
yeah.
they use it's just chili powder. That's
Oh,
all it
chili
Chili
is.
powder.
powder. Chili
Chili
powder.
powder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be telling
Yeah.
them extra lemon.
Ooh, that sounds freaking
So,
good.
Oh my gosh.
And then when they
yeah.
Sounds
have it
good.
in like, do they have it in the? Does she have it in the container too? That's a different style. What's that called?
Yeah.
Well, they put a
It's
cup. She calls it corn in a cup. So
oh,
I
okay.
mean, it's basically she strips all the corn out, puts in a
Yeah.
cup, and then just puts whatever you
Escope.
want in
That's
there
what it's
and
called.
mix it up. Yeah,
Yeah. In
Escope.
a cup, it's either in a cup or just the whole thing.
just the whole thing.
The whole
Yeah.
Yeah,
corn in the cob.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, my friends, we are
Yeah.
running out of time. We're a little bit over time. The management's about to walk in at any moment now and stop me. So I've got to get you guys off here.
Same.
But man, we learned so much
We
this
did.
time about Mr. Corona
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
guys.
and all
Appreciate
the
it. Thank
places
you,
that you
Gray.
go to.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
Uh,
nice to
awesome, man.
get to know
I,
you. I'll be following you.
oh, Susie, nice to get to know you too. And Ray, we got
Yeah.
to do these shows like every twice a week or something, right?
Well, yes, let's talk about that. Let's go ahead and schedule that. We'll go ahead. I think we're looking at October 12th to be the next one. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I like it.
That's
Let's
fun.
do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, so we'll do that October 12th, guys. The next time we're going to be on here, Twitch Live, October 12th, streaming live on Twitch with Mr. Corona and Susie Q. Hopefully, she can join us as well. She's my expert in the I told you she was an expert, dude. Every time we got
She's
stuck,
an
what
expert.
happened? We went
She's
over
an
to Susie,
expert.
right?
No, I'm
Absolutely.
not an
Boom.
expert.
Every time we got stuck, boom, go to Susie. Fantastic. You guys know I come correct. This is what I do for my followers. This is what I do for my channel. We bring in the experts. We got Mr. Corona. We got in Susie Q. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget, if you love the show, hit that Patreon. Jump on the Patreon, patreon.com/raceflaves.com. For the $5 level, you're actually getting some behind the scenes action, some photos, some audio, stuff that nobody else has seen. For the $15 level, you're actually able to send me questions that you want me to ask Susie Q, questions that you want me to ask Mr. Corona, questions that you want me to ask the customers or the clients that are going to come in. Are they guests that I call them clients because I'm in the crazy sales business, but all of my guests that I'm going to have on for future, you can actually ask them questions, send the questions to me and I'll ask them. I'll probably ask them your crazy questions. I need those questions. At the $35 level, you might be in right here next to us. You guys can't see this, but there's a virtual studio that we're working from. Me, Mr. Corona, and Susie Q are in a virtual studio right now. If you want to be sitting right next to them in the virtual studio while we do the show, and there's a private chat that you're actually able to talk to us, that's the $35 tier. Now, here's the second thing, or the third, or the fourth. Now we're on the fourth thing. Here's the fourth option for you. The fourth tier, it's a $100 level. Now, who would want a $100 level? Let me tell you who wants this. If you're a business, if you're the elote lady, if you're the salon, if you're a wood business like the woodshed, they're hitting us at the $100 level. I'm announcing them on the show. Every time I do a podcast, I'm announcing the woodshed. I'm putting you guys in stories, unlimited stories, anything I can help you to promote your business at the $100 tier. That's something to think about. Hit me in the DM if you have any questions about that, or hit me on patreon.com/raceflaves. And again, Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you soon. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.